my campus has this thing called the zombie game. It happens during the fall semester sometime. I've heard that they're going to be doing it next semester as well. It's called Zombies versus Humans. You can sign up for it if you want, and it's a campus-wide game. What it is that 6 people start as zombies. The founders of the game start as zombies. There's 6 of them. And I think this year there's about 350 kids signed up to play. And they're all given bandanas. Now, if you're a zombie, you wear your bandana on your head, and it says zombie. If you're a human, you wear it on your arm, and it says human. Now, humans can't kill zombies. There's no way to do that. But the zombies, if they merely touch a human, they become a zombie. And once you're a zombie, you have to feed on flesh every 48 hours. So once you become a zombie, you have to find another human and touch them within 48 hours, or you get disqualified from the game. Now, I don't know what happens. I guess if you're a human, by the end of the game, you get a free t-shirt. Cool stuff. I don't know. Well, they have night missions and day missions. And I didn't want to do this. I'm not really like the athletic type, and I had no desire to run around and do stuff. I had exams this week, lots of exams. I had about 3 exams this week, so I was like, nah, I don't have time for that. But 2 of my roommates decided to do it. And on their first night mission, they left, and then we get a call from one of the girls. I had just gotten into bed. I'm in my pajamas, don't even have my glasses on. And the girl I share a room with, she's getting into her bed. And then one of my other roommates bursts into my room and says, one of our zombie pals is hurt. She, I guess, fell or something. I don't really know what's going on, but she can't walk home. We need to go pick her up. And we're like, what? There's an injury? And so we burst out of bed. I put on clothes I had clothes on, but I put on other clothes because I'm in my pajamas are giant t-shirts and medical scrubs. I needed to put on something else. So I changed and, kind of grabbed my glasses. In my haste, I didn't grab shoes, but I figured that would be fine. And we run out to her car, and we get in the car, and we go and find my roommate. And we pick her up, and someone was waiting there with her. One of the moderators of the game was waiting there. And so when we picked her up, they left. So we asked her, what happened? And she said, I tripped while I was running, and while I was down, someone tagged me, so now I'm a zombie. Okay, whoever did that, if you ever watched this video, that was really, really lame. Super lame. You tagged an invalid. Oh, I'll have you know, she almost broke her ankle. That was rude. Total, non-decent person. Zombies are capable of being decent, I will have you know. Pretty sure. Never met one. I guess I'll have to ask when I do. So, we get back to our apartment. She's going to have to walk up all these flights of stairs. I just felt so bad for her. We don't have an elevator. And so I'm kind of letting her lean on me. And at this point, her ankle is really swollen. Well, some people at the game, the moderators, had kind of looked at it and they said, well, it's not broken, but you should definitely be careful with it. I think you've got a pretty bad sprain. So we walked her up to our top floor, and we go to get ice. We didn't have any ice packs, but someone didn't refill our ice tray, and so we didn't have any ice. All we had was frozen chicken. And I was like, as great as frozen chicken is, she can't exactly keep that on her foot all night long. It's going to thaw and be squishy and just... So we text our RA and say, hey, Nick, do you have any ice? We have our roommate sprained her ankle, and it's really swelling pretty bad. We need some ice. Have you got any? And he comes up, and he didn't have any ice either. What he had was corn. Just this bag of corn. Corn was better than chicken, though. Of the two, the corn was better. So we used the corn. And we're like, do you want us to return it? We wrapped it in lots of bags. So it's not like it was touching her foot. It was super, super protected. And he's like, no, you don't have to return the corn. Just eat it. And we're like, well, that's okay. He's like, no, this is good corn. This is solid quality corn. Apparently it's from his parents' garden. I'm excited to eat this corn. You probably think it's weird that I'm eating it, but there was chicken on her foot and corn on her foot. So of the frozen meals we used, we have a dinner, which is actually going to be our dinner on Sunday, funnily enough. So we are icing her foot, and we're super worried about it. We just don't know what to do. And, Nick looks at it, our RA looks at it, and he says, I think it's broken. Well, I was raised by a chiropractor, maybe not. Some people don't consider chiropractors doctors, but, my dad had an x-ray machine. And pretty sure all the neighborhood kids, lived at my house during the summer. I saw my fair share of injuries. My mom wasn't always home to, care for these. So I'm, like pro at bee stings and wasp bites and scrapes and bumps and bruises, that is like my area. Because I was always home pretty much during the summer. You know, I was generally home. I was generally the one people would come to be like, Alina, something happened. You must aid this little child. And, you know, we'd fix it. Popsicles, best medicine. I don't care what their injury is, but you put something on it, you put a popsicle in their mouth, sit them on the couch in front of a movie. It doesn't matter if it's a wasp sting. It doesn't matter if it's a sprained ankle or if it's a cut. They're good to go. They're fine until their parents come, which sometimes didn't happen, and I just would take care of them. It was cool. So, you know, my roommate's ankle, zombie girl's ankle, is super, super swollen and really, really bruised. And so we're sitting here thinking, you know, at this point, Nick's kind of left. And he said, well, keep me updated. And we're like, okay. So, you know, it's a Monday night. It's about 11 o'clock at this point. There's nowhere we can go. And it wasn't broken. I know for sure it wasn't broken. You know, my mom kind of taught me, I learned some things in my years at home. I had 18 years there. I learned some things. I knew it wasn't broken. I was pretty sure it was a really bad sprain and that we should wrap it and ice it. And everyone was kind of just letting me take charge. They didn't really know what to do. They just kind of letting me call the shots. So we texted our friend Noel, who lives in the building next to ours. We said, hey, do you have an ice pack? He's like, oh, yeah, I have an ice pack. And so we said, okay, well, we'll come over to the building and we'll get it. Well, his key works to get into our building. So we figured, oh, maybe our key will work to get into his building. No, it didn't. Well, there were some people standing outside his building. And we said, hey, do you live in this building? They're like, yeah, we do. We're like, can you let us in? My roommate that went with me is just like, oh, you know, we're not being creepy. And I was like, oh, no, we're totally being creepy. We're going to go rob you. That's what we're doing. We're headed to go rob you right now. That's what we're doing. You know, there's nothing better to do on Monday night. Got bored. Why not? Rob you. Totally going to steal stuff. So I hope your apartment's closed. If not, we'll break in. The girl just kind of looks at me. She's like, like, puts the key in. She still let me in. So I think she understood my sarcasm. But she really looked pretty scared, so I think she was happy when we walked back out and we weren't carrying anything. But we go and meet up with Noel, and he says, so this girl has an ice pack. I don't actually have the ice pack, it's this girl. So I guess there's a girl in his building who had an ice pack, who I guess he just kind of asked around and found one. And this girl was kind of like giggling and stuff, and I think she like likes my friend Noel, who has a girlfriend she doesn't know about, which is okay. Find out eventually. So I guess she was flirting with him by giving us the ice pack. I literally know nothing about flirting. I know nothing about dating. I've come to college and I'm just like, this is how you do things? The girls in my building draw Disney coloring pages and put them on the boys' doors. Now, I think that's weird. On one of them, they drew a picture of Beauty and the Beast and they wrote, to Nick, love the girls in apartment 203. You're cuter than the Beast, by the way. And I was like, what? But the boys seem to like that, so I will never do that. I will not be ditzy. I can't do it. It's not in my... I'm sorry. I won't do it, which is fine with me. But we were able to get the ice on her foot. She's doing better now. Lots better. But, you know, if you ever decide you want to play a human versus zombies game, oh, she went and got it checked out. We went to the Student Wellness Center. They x-rayed it because they were worried it was broken too. It was really swollen. It was really, really bruised. They said it was just a sprain though, so I've been the stickler on her not doing things. She has tried to go to more night missions. Makes me mad. But I'm not going to tell her how to live her life. So, if you ever play a zombie game, watch out, because sometimes people are vicious, and they trip you, and then they tag you. So I guess that's good preparation for the actual zombie apocalypse, because you should learn zombies are not nice people, or dead things